3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome, fellow Forex traders. End of the week, September 6th, Friday, we had major news release this morning. NFP, non-farm payroll. We'll look at how that affected at least the euro US dollar. Pretty interesting how it turned out. Massive volume. We are looking at the free signal trade on the screen right now. And I'm going to talk about some future plans and some transitions and some ideas here. I just launched this. I had at least one person in the group last night wondering where the free trade was. As you've heard me talk about in the past, I've been giving away a massive, massive amount of free trades. In fact, let's go ahead and jump to the results here. If you look just for the week, I have delivered $6,405.20 worth of free profits. I feel like that's pretty excessive, especially for the amount of people that are using it. I shouldn't say that. Subscribed to it, just it's free via email. You get access to the account. For the number of people that are subscribed to it, to the people that are using it, there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people subscribed to it. It looks to me like maybe a dozen people are actually using it. Now, when I say dozen people, I don't count the paid subscribers, because for some reason, the paid subscribers also love my free trade. The thing you have to understand is how my system works. I have one main algorithm that I derive trades from. So right now I split it up into three different things. I've got the main algorithm, 22 currency pairs, the trades continuously, and always ends in a net profit. How will it play out for you? I don't know. Will you bid conservatively? Will you try to make too much at once? Do you understand how to manage your account and manage trades when they've gone too far and you need to hedge? Too far doesn't mean anything other than relative to your account. It's gone too far for your account. This algorithm, this system, this automated copy system that I use, it is scalable. You hear me say that a lot. It's scalable, but you have to also remember that we have brand new people watching this, and people will find this randomly 7 years from now on the internet and wonder what's going on. So I pulled back. I basically told the AI system, slow down. Don't give out so many free trades. I mean, like I said, I just gave out 6,400 if you look at that for the week. 7,600 for looking back for a month. So yeah, I'm giving out a lot here. And I wanted to slow it down. So here's what you have. You have an NZD USD buy trade that just launched literally a minute or two before I went live, and that was the intent behind it, because I told the AI system to enter the fifth trade in a sequence of trades, in a basket of trades on any given currency pair. So NZD USD, this is actually the sixth trade in a sequence. Notice how the lot size has not increased. Base lot size for this account is 0.10. So it has not increased. That typically means that the volume is, the amount of push has not been a high volume. It's been a slow creep. You might technically say against the original direction, but that's kind of the intent behind it, so we can dollar cost average into the trade. I don't want to get too technical on you here, but let's look at the chart. you can see this is the 1 hour chart, NZD USD. Here's what my algorithm actually did. It did a buy up here. Why would it do that? Huge wick, because what it wants to do is it's trading the pullback. On this particular currency pair, we've had a farther pullback than would be normal. Typically, you get a pullback to, maybe this area over here, and then it goes back in the other direction. The banks, the big banks, the hedge funds have manipulated it, so they're down here. So we entered our first buy right here, and you can see our take profits right in about the middle of the screen here. So that's what it is right now. If you look at the trade, my trades are not time sensitive. They're not price entry sensitive. They are literally direction sensitive. So we're in a buy, and they are take profit sensitive. 0.62018 is the current take profit. If my system decides to go into more trades, it will update the take profit. Now what you do is you come into my group, you go to fxwithterry.com, you come into the group, you get access to the free Discord group, you subscribe to the email list, it will send you the account information, and you can log in and watch exactly what I'm seeing here on the screen, and you can enter an NZD USD buy trade right now relevant to your account. Higher lot size or a lower lot size, whatever's relative to your account. As long as once you've entered and my system adds another trade, you add another trade, you scale into it. If my system goes from, in this case, 0.10 lot size to a 0.20 lot size, then you probably should double what you went in at. However, that's not 100% required. You could enter at a hefty lot size, one where you probably couldn't increase it on your account. And when my system goes into another trade, you could go into another trade as long as your take profit is the same as what my system's giving you. So it's a pretty cool scalable deal right there. And this is already a little bit of profit. I think NZD USD has pushed to where it feels like its limit is. Let's look at the day chart here. We have an area, so let's see here. We have an area of interest, what I want to call support and resistance, let's say. Let's not get too technical with it. And we may be getting a bounce here, which will head up towards our take profit. So, on the other hand, based off of previous price movement, it could come all the way down here, which is fine. My system will scale in, and you can do the same. That's why it's good, especially with my system, to not overbid for your account when you're first entering a trade. See how far the market's going to move, because none of us know. Nobody knows. Only the big banks know. They get together on a Zoom call every morning and go, here's who we're going to screw. I don't mean that in a negative way. They have to make money, right? So the way they make money is by screwing you, the retail trader, by making you think something that's not not actually going to happen. So whether we get a bounce right here or not, we got a little bounce, because if you come back to here, we got a little teeny tiny bit of profit, right? It's bouncing in the right direction. So that's the free signal. It's the end of the week. Let's go look at, real quick, before we look at the other accounts for subscribers and members, let's go look at how the Euro USD was affected this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the non-farm payroll, first Friday of every month release. Basically, it's a jobs report having nothing to do with the farm business, food business, crops business, whatever the case may be. So before we do that, as I pull it up here, I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to launch this, but right now the plan, and it seems like a good idea, but I'm gonna mull it over and think about it a little bit. The plan is to start doing this broadcast daily live and only talk about the free signal. And then for group members, I'm going to do a private live session inside of the group that will be available only to subscribers, where we will cover and go over all of the other subscriber accounts that we're actually going to look at today, and we've been looking at for, 8-10 months now. So I'm thinking about separating those. That way I can make this much more dedicated to a brand new person and the free signal, and is what will be broadcast for free on YouTube. And if you're a subscriber, you can catch this, or more importantly, if you're a subscriber, you'll get private access inside the group to what's going on all of the accounts. When I say all of the accounts, all of the different, I call them feeds. They're automated feeds from my algorithm and quite a few other automated systems I'm using that get sent out to you, and you can copy those to your account. And why, right? Because number one, it works. Number two is it takes all the stress away from trading, unless, of course, you're overbidding. It takes the stress away. Stress in the sense of when should you enter, when should you exit, what should your TP be, what pair should you trade. It just takes all of the guesswork out of it. So let's pull up Euro USD. I don't know if I have it. There it is. So I'm going to come down here too. Let's see if we can see it on a 30-minute, 15-minute. 15 minutes probably a good example. Excuse me, I got a cough. That's from what I do is I go live. Luckily, you didn't hear that. But I go live every morning, and I haven't talked all night. So this is like the first time I talk. Maybe I should get up like a singer and go me, 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 and get my voice working. So, that made my eyes water. So what we're looking at here is the 15-minute chart. See if I can scale into it just a little bit. This wicked candle that we got right here, here's a wick. Here's the top of the price, bottom of the price, and then here's a wick. So that's absolute 100% manipulation. So what's interesting is basically right here in the middle of the chart is where the price started during the news release. So who knows whether we got a wick down or a wick up to begin with, but it wicked way down, came back to the standard price, wicked way up, came back down to this price at the top here, and then look what the price did. Slowly waved back to normal. Huge wick again right there, and then dropped. Okay, so it's always, it basically has kind of an equilibrium, at least today, on this news release, and it's like it always comes back to, so wherever it went crazy, it always comes back to that, right? But now we've moved away. We're looking at the 15-minute chart. So, if you go to a higher time frame, like let's say the 4-hour, you can see relatively small body of the candle, huge wick up, huge wick down, and now the drop. So massive movement. If we go look at, and we will, my overall algorithm, I don't know how it affected that or what the algorithm did during it. I know it was taking some trades. I don't believe we're in any right now, but we'll take a look. So anyway, that's the free signal. NZD USD buy is a great trade. Get into it. I think you're going to do extremely well with that. You already saw the history. Over $6,000 if you're bidding a base of 0.10, $1 per pip. Over $6,000 on the free signal this week. So, as I mentioned, that's why I said I'm pulling it back, slowing it down a little bit. I mean, I'm giving way too much away here for free. And the goal is not to give away free trades. It's to give away trades that prove the power of my system, that also are not enough for you to go too far with. It's a taste, right? And at $6,405.20 for the close for the week, I'm giving away free drugs here, and I really don't want to do that. I want to give away a taste of the algorithm. So I'm just, sitting back, not watching it too much. So right now, like I said, and I've said this for a while, I'm slowing it down. But just by luck of the draw and timing, NZD USD buy came out just before I went live. So it's a great trade. It's going to be a great trade. Let's go to the pause and we had a nice closure overnight. Again, this feed, the 10 pip hybrid, is it pulls from my full algorithm, my 22 pairs, and it does it in a very conservative way. So we traded EUR CHF last night. There was a sell trade, $142 in profit. If you bid what I've bid on the screen here, 1.0 lot size. You might or might not bid that high. Nonetheless, no matter what you bid, you are in a net profit. And this is all automated. This copies directly to your account. It takes profit. It opens, it closes, it entries, it does everything for you. So you just basically wake up and do what we're doing here. We look at the screen going, oh, wow. $142.22 in profit for the week. It is $2,246.26, and for the month, $24,369.50. When I say for the month, looking back at least, 4 weeks, 5 trading days a week. So 20 to 23 days is what it usually does. So that's pretty powerful. I don't know what you bid, but even if you bid 10 cents, you made profits. You made profits. And you know what? I had myself muted while I was doing the... I'm always clicking buttons on this thing. I had myself muted while I was doing the account change earlier. So let me make sure that this is not muted. Okay, it's not. You didn't miss much. Let me pull up the account list. Let me think of what I want to show you here. I'm going to show you that what the one of the bonus automated feeds in my for my subscribers is called the Gold Scalper, and I ask it to make $10 a day. So let's take a look at it. Here it is. Nope, wrong one. Sorry, my big thumb clicked the wrong thing. Here it is. So I'll share this with you. No trades open right now, and that's kind of the intent. It gets in, it gets out. It was going for $10. So check this out. So it made $25.14. Why did it make double what I was asking it to? Because we had NFP, non-farm payroll, and we had to go in quite a few trades to start getting to the profit side. So we had to overcome any sort of loss that the basket of trades was taking, and which we did it with this trade, and then we had to do another trade to be able to get to the at least $10 worth of profit, and the market moved pretty fast, pretty good, which I think was affected by non-farm payroll. So it took it, right? It did a trailing stop, it took it, and so we're at $25.14 for the day. This entire basket of trades is scalable. It starts at 0.01 lot size. You can see how the lot size increased a little bit, not exponentially. I didn't go 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Brings it up just a little bit. It's conservative. Dollar cost averaging, bringing the take profit closer to where the current price is. And it's a really nice trade. If you, again, remember, we're going for $10 a day. If you look at over the last week, bidding absolute minimum, to make $127.41 in profit over a week In gold, bidding 10 cents, I'm going to tell you guys, that's phenomenal. That amount of profit bidding base and the level of conservative that we're trading this at, that doesn't mean gold can't run away on us. It did one time. We were in quite a few trades. I don't control the market, neither do you. We trade it, but that's looking really, really good. Now, let me pause one more time. I want to look at something real quick and see if it's worth sharing with you. Yeah, I'll come back. So, $127. I'm telling you, that's an incredible return. And then for the entire month, and I'd have to look back at how far that's going. So what are we today? We're September 6th. $214 for the entire month. Let's scroll back really quick and see how far that's going back. So that's going back to the first. Yeah, that's a month. Just over a month, a couple days. So $214 for the month. What that means is if you look at just for the week, we've done nearly 50% of what the entire month has done just this week. That's some nice movement. I'm assuming that non-farm payroll boosted that, helped that a little bit. This is a great feed. It's all automated, plugs right into your account. And in this particular case, you're looking at the actual feed itself. And this is what it comes to you as, and you can scale it up if you want. People are doing that. I'm not saying you should, because now you're putting, the more you scale this up in a bid, the higher risk you take. Trading gold in a given market, but trading gold is a lot riskier than trading a standard currency pair, just because of its ability to move and move against you heavily. So just be careful, but $127.41 for the week. I don't know. I'm impressed with that at the level of conservative that we're trading it. So stand by. I'm pulling up my account list. Let's see. What else do we want to look at? Let's look at the overall system. This is the full algorithm. I was making a comment in the group yesterday that we only had 5 pairs open out of 22. That's not, usually we have, 15 to 20 open at a time. So yesterday just lulled into a low amount of volume. I think it's just kids are getting back to school. Bankers are coming back to work. They're kind of planning what they're going to do the rest of the year. I would say we're in about a dozen and a half trades right now in terms of, across 22 currency pairs. History-wise, this will be pretty impressive. So the overall system bidding a base of 0.10 lot size did $317 in profit last night. That's scalable. You can scale it up. You can scale it down. Nothing but net profit. So that's pretty cool. For the week, here's where it gets extremely impressive. $12,557.62. Now, could your account have handled bidding a base of 0.10 lot size? I don't know, because we had some trades that went deep against us. If you scroll back here, you'll be able to see, I think it was AUD, NZD. You'll see it. See how we're getting kind of like, $10, $20, $30 profits. Was it AUD, JPY? No, let's look. I think you're going to see one that was thousands of dollars in profit. Just, that's not jumping out at me. But pretty cool to see what the system can do. And it's nothing but net profit. Yeah, check that out. That's interesting. It was Euro NZD just went absolutely crazy. Look at that. Look at the profit that came from that. Now, of course, you've got to do the math. That's going to be a basket of trades. So if you look back at Euro NZD, 6,000, 2,000, and then you'll see the opposite side where the overall basket was very profitable. But could your account have handled that amount of drawdown and that amount of volume of trading? Who knows? But this just shows you that no matter what, the overall algorithm, whatever you bid, was nothing but a net profit. So that's pretty impressive. And then for the month, $17,881, the overall algorithm had you bid a 0.10 base lot size. Pretty impressive system. Nothing but net profit. Nothing but net. I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my voice again. All right, let's go look at a couple test accounts, some side accounts. Let me look at my list here. I'm going to show you a new algorithm I'm working on. Not saying I like it, not saying I don't like it. I know what it's intended to do. Let's see what it looks like. I have not looked at it. It is this one. It is currently... Oops, sorry. That's the wrong one. Stand by. I hit the wrong account. I just hit an account that we're going to look at, but that's not the one I'm going to look at right now. I believe it is this one. Here we go. So I'm trading GBP USD on the new algorithm. There's no entry strategy. It's simply mathematics. I told it to make $3 profit per trade, close down any losses, to make it a net profit. As far as for the day, it has closed down. And again, this absolute minimum bid size, but $8.97, looking really good. For the week, $33. This is scalable. You might think, well, that's not very much money. $33 held in Bitcoin over 5+ years will be tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, just know that, and that's the goal here. For the month, because this is a new account, is still month and week is pretty much the same. So this account has only been going for about week and a half, about a week. So it's looking good. This is what I want it to do. We'll see. I said we're going to trade this the entire month of September. We'll see what it looks like at the end of the month. You know, I expect it to be very stable. Doesn't have a lot of drawdown. Doesn't make a lot of money. But again, it's stable. It's conservative. And the intent is to withdraw profits, hold them in Bitcoin for 5+ years. And that's where the true exponential growth is. You might say to yourself, well, what's the point? Why don't I just go buy Bitcoin? Well, go ahead and go buy Bitcoin from an exchange and get yourself on the radar with the government so they can track exactly how much Bitcoin you have. And it's none of their business. It's none of their business. And it's your business. If you can do withdrawals from your Forex account in Bitcoin, and then that Bitcoin comes to you, that's not you buying it, that's you amassing it. It's almost like having a Bitcoin miner. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, one more pause. Let's go look at another account. This is funny. It is this one. This is just too funny. I'll show you this. So we were doing a test account where I was like, give me a random pair and a random entry direction, and I'll do it. So we did USD JPY buy 3 weeks ago. And I've hedged a few times to protect it, and then kind of ignored it. It went sideways, and then I looked at it last night, and it was pushing against again. So I went and hedged. Okay, so I locked in this amount. Remember how before I hedged, we had $120 worth of drawdown lock-in. So I just kind of let this go. This is a great example of what to do, how to handle it. Look at my margin level percent. It's 0 because I'm perfectly hedged. I have an equal and opposite transaction going here. Let's go look at this on the chart. And this is for practice. This is for hedging practice only. Look how volatile this thing is. Let's go to the day chart. So we have a range. Here's the upper range. Here was the lower range. We've busted out of it. Who knows what it's going to do? Who knows if coming out the bottom is the place it's going to go? Based off of this huge drop over here, I don't think that. I think that this is the fake out the bottom of the range, and it's going back up here. Whatever. I'm a degenerate gambling hack. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But what I will do here, erase that. What I'll do here is I need to, in fact, we can do it now. Let's do it now. You'll notice on this transaction here, I have no stop loss, no take profit. So I'm going to set a stop loss, and then I'm going to move the stop loss into profit. Okay. So when this hedge comes back, it doesn't go negative on me without me getting out. When it starts going back towards the buy direction. So let's do that real quick. The way that's done on mobile is this. I'm going to go to the chart, and you'll notice that I have a red line. What I did was I clicked this. Let's see. I clicked this up at the top, and I added a horizontal line. Okay. Now I can move it around with my thumb. So if this is my sell down here, and take profit would be down, right? What I want to do is I'm actually going to set a stop loss right here, just a little bit in profit, just beyond. In fact, let's zoom in while we're doing this. I'll put it even closer. I'll put it about right there. You can see the red line. Now what I'm going to do is there's a little white dot here. I'm going to hold my thumb over it, and it's going to give me some options. It's going to say, I'm going to click properties here, and it will tell me at what price that line is at. So it's 143.377. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to copy it. Okay, so I just double clicked it, hit copy, because that's where I want my stop loss to be. And that stop loss is going to be a little bit in profit. You couldn't set a take profit that way because you just couldn't. It's got to be the stop loss. But I want my stop loss to be in profit. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's go back and alter. I'll hover my thumb over here. I'll click modify. I will highlight the stop loss area. Okay, it just puts a number in there. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to paste. That is the number where I drew my line. And I'm going to hit modify. It will have modified that trade, and you can see now I've got a stop loss 143.377. That's just, you get used to it. That's how you do it. And what that means is, because you can see the price is moving back towards, it's moving a little bit, but it's moving back towards. And as soon as it hits this, it will take me out of this hedge trade. And it doesn't, listen, this is the third hedge I've done on this currency pair. It just has done what you're seeing on the screen here. Just absolutely juking sideways. So I'm managing the trade. That's the intent and the goal of this account, to manage the trade and show you how to stay in it. And this is a very small account. It's like under $1,000. And I'm protecting it. And you'll see that I will either use the hedge to protect the account, or if it goes completely in the sell direction, I will start adding trades to increase that profit. And what am I trying to do? I'm ultimately trying to get out of this at break even. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to manage a bad trade. This was a bad entry, obviously. Bad entry because it didn't just push and go into a profit scenario. It went against us, went sideways, against us again, went sideways, and against us again last night. I entered the second or third, I think the third hedge. So here's where we're at. We're just going to manage it. Now, because I don't hover over this, we're going to get kind of some wacky numbers. The fact that I locked it in at $290 drawdown was just, I looked at it and went, oh, time to hedge. If this was a real money account and I was really managing it, I would have kept it a lot tighter. I would have been on top of it. It would have pissed me off at this point because we've been in this thing for 3 weeks. There's just no movement on this particular pair. Not enough, given our random entry. And that's the whole point behind this. This is the random entry, random currency pair, random direction. And I entered at a lot size that kind of taxes the account a little bit. Can't afford to be adding a bunch more trades other than doing what I did, which was the hedge. So that's it for the end of the week. We had a great week. Nothing went out of control, meaning the market has stayed relatively stable. I'm interested to see what's going to happen leading up to the election, and interested to see if it feels like right now. I will tell you this: we're back to normal. What normally you would expect from the trading market. This summer has us all jacked up by they picked random currency pairs like EURCHF and just tanked it. Normally the thing moves 35 pips a day. It was moving 80, 100, going against us by 250, 300 pips. Absolutely insane. Not normal. I feel like it's back to normal. Never get complacent. I see people saying, hey, Terry, everything's been going well for a few weeks. Don't feel any emotional pressure about trading. I'm going to go ahead and add money to my account, and I'm going to up my bid. Okay, great. Please do that. If you also understand how to hedge and get out of a bad scenario, because the moment you start increasing that bid to make the big bucks, you exponentially increase your risk of a trade going sideways. And here's what happens with people. They see like this. They do a trade like this. They see it go like this. They're like, well, I hope it's going to come back. I hope it's going to come back. And they just watch it. They don't have any scenario of a margin level percent when they should hedge. They don't know how to hedge. They don't know how to get out of the hedge. They don't know the purpose of the hedge. I'm going to talk about it every day ad nauseum moving forward. And if whatever I've said, you're like, I don't understand what you're saying. Great. Please ask. This is the time to ask when you can practice. And by the way, you should be practicing. You should have a demo account. You should be entering a random currency pair in a random direction at a relatively heavy lot size for your account balance on a demo, and you should practice saving the account. Like in this particular case, this is a $921 account. This initial buy trade is $400, nearly 50% drawdown. I locked it in at $292 with the hedge, so I'm just kind of playing that. This is a great practice. You should be practicing this every day. Every day. That's it. I'm done. Have a happy weekend. I'll be here. And moving forward, my hope is to get better and better and better, and to start separating these live sessions from free trade sessions on YouTube to private sessions inside the group for subscribers, where we look at, basically I take what we looked at today and I go in a little bit deeper for subscribers and actually look at the trades that are open. Typically I don't give that away on the automated system. We look at all of the trades that are open. We will do that. We don't normally do that. We only kind of look at the results because I'm not trying to give it away for free. So, yeah, that's it. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you beginning next week. And I'm around pretty much 24/7 if you have questions in the group. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.